What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. This one's more impromptu. I was not intending on recording anything today. I'm on my second day off. I go back tomorrow morning and decided, you know what, why not? Let's do something a little different this time. So, running out and we're going to the gym right now. Today's session is going to be a strength block, just doing a giant set with bench press oriented and then a couple other movements that I'll go through. But we've got that. And then we're gonna finish it out with a HYROX circuit again today. So yesterday I did one as well. It torched my quads. So my quads are feeling it today. So today we're gonna do more of a push-pull on the sled and some burpee broad jumps, as well as a little row and a run, because guess what? The foot is finally feeling better. We're pretty much at, I would imagine, 85, 90%. I was able to go into the gym yesterday and hit like lateral bounds to box jumps without any pain. I was able to move good throughout the workout without any pain. I did try to run on Monday. I ended up doing a mile on the treadmill. That was not comfortable at all, so that kind of worried me. And then after that, I did 3K row and then decided to run outside. And the run outside actually ended up feeling better than I was anticipating, but still not great. So was a little worried that we were gonna be out for another week, and then all of a sudden during shift, it started feeling better, and the next day I didn't feel it at all. So we're looking good. Anyways, my wife left me on 8 miles to get to the gym. So I'm gonna fly over to the gas station and try to beat this traffic so we can get a full workout in. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, so the workout for today is going to be pogos to start, just to warm up the calves a little bit and the feet. Then we're gonna go into more power related kind of plyometrics. Again, just try to strengthen up my ankle and my foot a little bit more, being that we're coming off the injury. So we got single leg hurdles for that. And then we go into the giant set. So basically the giant set is 4 movements, 3+ movements, but in my case 4 today. A push, so bench press, into a pull, sumo deadlifts, into dumbbell rows, again another pull, upper body this time, and then a lower body as well, going into lateral lunges, which is more of a pull, but we're gonna make it a push. Low repetitions, higher in the weights today, so we're not doing a crazy ton amount of volume, into the HYROX AMRAP, which is gonna be a 20 to 25 minutes, depending on how much time I have at the end, because we have 60 minutes in total to get all this done. And we want to make sure we're prioritizing the rest. So the goal is 4 to 5 rounds in the 20 to 25 minutes. We've got a 250 meter ski, a 20 meter sled pull into a push, so 10 meters each way, and then a 20 meter burpee broad jump, so down and back on the turf. And then it's supposed to be a 250 meter run / sprint. I don't have my running shoes, but we're gonna give it a go because I still wanna test the foot out a little bit. So 0.155 on the assault runner. And if you guys are new here, my name is Paul Colson. I am a firefighter, personal trainer, hybrid athlete, husband and father here in South Florida, and currently in process of training for HYROX. So we're about to hit the 6-week mark for that to really crank it up and turn it into high gear now that the foot's feeling a little better. So that is the game plan for the day. We're gonna test the foot, see how we're running today, and then tomorrow morning we should be into a run before shift. And yeah, so 60 minutes to get that stuff done. It should be a good one. right, so that's a wrap. That shit kicked my ass. So I ended up getting the full workout in. I ended up getting through 4 rounds of the HYROX finish. And it's rough when you go back to back like that. So obviously I have 60 minutes to cram most of my workouts in. It's really hard to do anything more than that. It's also hard to do 2-a-days when you have so much other stuff going on. So unlike some athletes who are able to run early in the morning and also train in the evening, I kind of have to pick my poison, being the husband and the father, and not, having childcare. Me and my wife are doing split off, so we're each splitting the time. I have to make sure she has time to get to the gym, and she can work in peace when she is home and I am off shift. Because when I'm gone, obviously she's doing the working and the childcare at the same time, which is a lot. That being said, usually it's a 60-minute go that I have. Sometimes it's a little extra, but generally just 1 session. And I got it in today. So did the mobility on the hurdle, the pogos. I did start to feel a little bit of stretching, slight discomfort with the foot on the actual pogo hurdles. That being said, 2 minutes after that, I didn't feel it anymore. So it was a little concerning until after I didn't feel it. Then I was like, okay, let's run it. We went into the giant sets, which I had said was the bench press. The bench press I ended up getting up to, working my way up to 295. I finished that out with 3 reps, and instead of my 5 was the goal on my 4th round. So 295 is not bad, considering I haven't really pushed strength like that in a while. And my rest intervals were a little bit more shortened than usual. Generally, when you're doing a compound exercise like that, you're shooting for anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes of a rest prior to going into the next set, whereas today I was doing anywhere from 45 seconds to a minute. So after I finished all the giant sets out, the 4 rounds of each, I went and rested for about 5 minutes and then jumped into the HYROX circuit, which was a lot more brutal than I thought it was going to be. I think it's just the heat in the room and the overall fatigue from the quick pace of the strength set before. So we did 250 meters on the ski. I blasted that out in the first round and then treated that as more of a recovery station, focusing on the pull, following that out for each round after, and then going straight into the sleds. The sleds, I had 7 plates on there. So if we do the math on that, 7 times 45. So I had 315 on the sled for the pull, 10 meters down, and then a 10 meter push back. Going after that straight into the burpee broad jumps for another down and back 10 meters, 20 meters in total. Got my heart rate spiked. So from that right into the run, I was sitting on that run going into it with a heart rate, around 185, 190, and then having to try to almost treat that as a recovery run on the first 2, getting my heart rate more under control. And then on the last 2, I just gassed it out and sprinted the 250 meters. So all in all, it was good. I got it in, I got a good sweat. I'm super stoked that my foot is feeling normal. So I'm pretty much good to give it a green light and keep it moving. So we're on my way to my client's house, my hybrid client. So he does twice a week in person, and then the rest of it's online. If you guys are interested in that, as always, visit my website, paulcolsoncoaching.com, and check that out. I have a few spots left for my online clients. I'm only keeping it to a select amount so I can really focus on those individuals that I have. After their sessions are up, and then I can start loading in more. So a couple sessions left. If you guys are interested, don't sleep on it. And I'll check in with you guys after. Finally home, 6:30. We went and finished out with the client, and then had to run some errands. Got some dog food, went to Publix, got bananas and a trash bag, or a bunch of trash bags. So now we're finally home, gonna prep it up, get dinner ready, and prep some lunch for tomorrow and get ready for tomorrow. So So came in, got to hang out with the little one for a little bit before 7 o'clock is generally her bedtime. So got her teeth brushed, played with her for a little bit, and then put her in the PJs and took her on the walk. So she went down around 7:15, and now it's about 7:45, and I am have prepped my lunch for tomorrow and dinner for tonight, which is the exact same thing. We've got 5 ounces of jasmine rice. We've got the roast that Megan made, which came out great, by the way. Carrots in there as well. There's black beans. I throw some cheese on there because I like cheese, so why not? And then I always put a base of spinach on the bottom. I feel better when I'm eating greens, so, and it helps fill the bowl a little bit more. So that is lunch for tomorrow, as well as dinner for tonight. And then I always bring a Go Macro bar for work. Otherwise I start munching on hospital snacks and a banana. And then, you know, I always end up in the hospital snacks either way. And then obviously sparkling water. So sparkling water is my go-to drink. It's not soda, but the carbonation in the flavoring in the water just helps to fill you up, taste good when you're eating healthy, and, you know, trying to stay consistent in that way and get a little bit more full. So that is breakfast or lunch and dinner for tomorrow and tonight. And that's it. I'm gonna take a shower now and wrap things up, go hang out with Megan, who is over on the couch over there. Say hi. Hello. Doing some continuing education for her real estate stuff that she's 2 chapters behind for because she procrastinates. Anyways, I will see you guys bright and early in the morning. The game plan is a 4:30 a.m. wake up and a 5:30 run. So I'm gonna give myself a nice hour in the morning, so that way I can finish hopefully reading Atomic Habits, my morning routine, have some coffee, get in my G1M Sport and electrolytes early. That way, you know, I have time for that to start processing in the system prior to the run. We have intervals tomorrow, only 4 miles, because again, I'm pulling back, so I'm about 50% of my overall mileage, but it's feeling good. So hopefully it maintains that tomorrow. We can hit our paces on point. Legs are already feeling sore from yesterday, and then obviously today's workout as well. So I am very excited that I have my first shipment of Transparent Labs products coming in, and one of the products on there is BCAA glutamine. So glutamine is an amino acid profile that essentially helps with muscle soreness and delayed onset muscle soreness, so DOMS, as well as just muscle repair and recovery. Does have a lot of other benefits, including mental and digestive benefits as well. So definitely something to check out. I'm excited to try it and add it in, as well as some collagen, and I re-upped on some protein. If you didn't already know, I have recently taken the sponsorship, athlete sponsorship with Transparent Labs. So I'll be working kind of hand in hand with them. You'll be seeing their products a little bit more. And if you guys are interested in their products, Coulson, Coulson at checkout will get you guys 10% off there. Definitely check that out. High quality products. You know, BPN and Transparent are like neck and neck at my favorite brands out there. So definitely check them out. You'll be seeing more of them. And I will see you guys bright and early.
Where the man grows crude.
run is complete. The foot, honestly, my whole lower half of the body is still torched. 2 days ago, or 3 days ago now, I hit a HYROX little circuit. It was 15, 20, 25, 30 rep counts, doing wall balls into assault bike for calories, into farmer's carries for meters, and it just torched my quads. So going into that, hitting a little bit more legs, hamstring oriented yesterday in the workout, and then doing the push-pull on the sleds, I'm definitely sore in the legs today. So that, coupled with the intervals this morning and the foot being a little bit more flared up, I guess, than I was hoping for. I mean, it took the entire mile to warm it up. So basically the workout itself in total was 1 mile at a conversational pace. So zone 2 pace. In my case, I was going a little slower than my normal, so I was going closer to like 10 minutes a mile. After that, 90-second walking rest. And then I transitioned into 6 repeats, quarter mile, so 400 meters at a 7-minute, which I had mentioned before, and then on 80 seconds rest, and then 0.12 around 200 meters at a 640 per mile pace with a 60-second walking rest. Both of those groups were 6 times each, so 12 intervals in total. And then it was supposed to be about a mile of a cool down, but I did about half a mile just walking and jogging because I wanted to just alleviate some of the pressure on the foot at that point. But hey, I was able to complete it. My overall, I'll put the stats somewhere up here on the screen, probably over here. But the overall stats, I mean, I was holding between 735 to, I think my low end was a 702 on the first set of intervals. And then my second one was a little bit slower. I was supposed to be getting some high end of 730. There was an 802 in there, so I don't know, I was moving pretty slow on that one. But my quickest one was a 630 pace. So I was still able to push the intervals more so than I was anticipating, even coming back first real big run, true interval run since the injury. So I have it KT taped up. I did take some Advil just to try to alleviate some of that inflammation, but Advil is not something that I recommend for masking injuries or eating like candy on a daily basis. If you are combating an injury, it's best to feel what you're supposed to be feeling. That way you can truly listen to your body and moderate and, adjust from there. I did not take it prior to the run. I felt it throughout, so I knew when I was able to go and push back where I needed to really dial in on my foot strike and my placement, and then just taking it after the fact today, purely from a precautionary standpoint, trying to alleviate some of the inflammation, because I know I'm going to be up on my feet walking around today at the station. So before my runs, I wanted to touch on this. I showed you guys in the beginning. I usually always get up in the morning. First thing I do is house 2 scoops of G1M Sport. I think it's about 20 grams of carbs in each, so 40 grams of carbs. It's cyclodextrin, if I'm saying that correctly. Just fast absorption carb supplement with some electrolytes in there as well. I believe there's 350 milligrams of electrolytes in each scoop. And then I follow that up with a little bit more electrolytes and some water. Have my coffee, usually, an hour before all that, try to go to the bathroom, and then we're out the door. Afterwards, I had another 500 milligram scoop of electrolytes, and then all of those supplements will be switching over to Transparent Labs here soon. So once that shipment drops, I'll show you kind of what I got from that, and I'm stoked to be a part of that. So we're gonna head to shift and settle in, listen to a podcast, and go from there. Good morning. So shift is over. I'm now on my way home. Obviously I did not get to kind of jump in here and talk through shift like I've done in the past. Just try to get some clips here and there where I could. It was a kind of a little bit of a different day, a weird day in general, as far as just a lot of training going on at the station. A lot of the guys are preparing for the driver's test coming up, so a lot of guys were rotating through, working on one of the training engines and going through pump evolutions. So I was out there mixing in with some of them here and there just to start learning myself, also to help out and, you know, catch up with some of the guys. But on top of that, I was doing client programming, had to get some new programs out for new clients, and then continue on with some of my current clients' programmings. So I did that, knocked that out, and then did some social media stuff, all while running calls. So overall, call volume on the day wasn't terrible. A couple calls intermittent throughout the day, and then at night we ended up having, I think, 2 after midnight, but then not starting until I think the first one came through at like 2:30, and then the second one came through at like 6. So we're pretty much when we were going to wake up anyways. Just a lot of moving parts, running around, and didn't get to the camera recording. So anyways, I'm going to finish this video out with a little Q&A, kind of rapid fire segment. So if you just watched everything you wanted to watch and this is where you're going to sign off, subscribe, like, leave your comments, let me know what you got out of this video, or if you have any questions about anything going forward, or if you want to see other types of content, drop it in the DMs below. Also follow me on Instagram at Paul Colson Coaching, and if you are interested in coaching, check out my website for kind of more details and to schedule a call with me at paulcolsoncoaching.com. But for the rapid fire, I had a comment being dropped on my last video, dropping a bunch of fire related questions. So if you are interested in the fire service or anything in that realm, this might be something to stick around to because they're pretty good questions to ask. So we're going to try to keep this under 5 minutes, sign off, and then send you guys off on the way. So here we go. So first question, do you only work 24-hour shifts? At this station or at this department, yes, we work 24 on, 48 hours off. That is not the case for all the departments in South Florida. Some departments do 24/72s, and then also departments outside of the state, there's also schedules that roll around at 48/96, and then some 12 hours as well. Second question, how many days do you get off after shift? So again, 48 hours after shift, we get off at 8 a.m., and then we have to go 2 days following back at 8 a.m. to show up for shift again. So we have 48 hours off of shift. Third question, how long did it take you to become a firefighter? Total process time to become the firefighter, it's about 3 to 4 months for EMT. After that, it was a 6-month program for me, although you can do a 4-month option for fire. I did the 6 month so I could do part-time and work on the side. So 6, 7, 8, 9, give or take 9 months with that, and then a year of paramedic school. So all in all, somewhere around 1.5 to 2 years is generally what it takes to have all your credentials to become a firefighter. You can, however, start applying after you have your EMT and your fire cert. So technically after a year, you can start putting in to get hired. All right, let's see. Question number 5. How long have you been a firefighter? So I am in year 4. I will be 5 years on in December of this year, of 2025. So I'll be 5 years on this year. All right, question number 6. What is something you think I should start doing to kickstart myself in the right direction to becoming a firefighter? First and foremost, being in shape. You guys need to make sure you're used to, carrying load capacity. You have muscular endurance. You have an overall base of strength and understanding of mechanics as far as lifting goes, so we don't throw our backs out and things like that. And you need endurance. Endurance and being able to go for prolonged periods of time with some sort of resistance or weight as well. Those are good areas to start with. Just building an aerobic base and building a strength base are key. All right, so last question. Do you ever go back to your shift feeling burnt out from the previous shift? As you guys have probably seen in my last videos, you have calls or nights where you're not sleeping whatsoever. And in those instances, the second day after, if you're able to nap and things like that, you can generally recover a little bit quicker. But being that I stay awake and then go and try to catch up on sleep the following night, you know, one night of sleep doesn't compensate for 2 nights of sleep. Generally, I do come back to shift after that feeling pretty burnt out and gassed. So on those shifts where you're running calls all night and you don't get the sleep, you have to try to prioritize the sleep elsewhere when you're off shift, whether that's through naps or extended periods of sleep, or just kind of catch up as you go along. But there are periods that you are going to run into a burnout standpoint. That's why departments are starting to shift to a 24/72 or even the 48/96, because it allows for more time and more recovery and, you know, more of a reset after you've gone off shift. A couple questions done. Just about 5 minutes on the question, so not too bad. That is a wrap for this video. Again, it was spontaneous. We kind of just went after it today, so I hope you guys are enjoying the channel as always. You know, more content to come as we approach, you know, Monday, going into this 6-week prep into HYROX. I'm probably going to shift the focus towards that, and then afterwards go into more of a marathon prep as we approach the Chicago Marathon in October. So if you guys have any ideas, stuff that you want me to talk about on here even more, just like I did the comments here, drop it in the comments below, and, you know, feel free to reach out. I'm always open and happy to talk to you guys, answer any questions that I can, and I want to be able to help as many people as possible, whether that's through my training or through the content that I share. Just keep grinding, keep moving forward, keep pushing. You know, if you want something, just get out there and start making a checklist, start going one box at a time down that checklist and get after it. And that applies to the fire service and anything else in life. But you guys got this. I'm going to get home and start my 48 off. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.